Today.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Carolina's offense ready for its first possession, and at the helm, their new QB brought in via trade this offseason. His 5th year now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Baker Mayfield.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Mayfield. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. A man who has done this a lot, Justin Houston, in there to record the sack.
I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball in the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Fielded at the 43. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. The Ravens at 6-3 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away.
Tucker's kick is good.
And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Now Mayfield.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A handoff left, McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground, McCaffrey again, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing, Mayfield.
That caught by Tremble.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down. Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Justin Houston, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
If we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Jackson on first down.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he's got some space here. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Dobbins going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield to throw it. Flush to his right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield forced out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 57 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Edwards will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Out to the right here. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mayfield's throw is caught here by Anderson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. On 2nd and inches, Mayfield. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. There's Trimble, the tight end, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Play action. It's Jackson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Throwing is Jackson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. No good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Jackson.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now a hit and a loose football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Right back to Hubbard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. They'll run here with Hubbard. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting. And the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 31, Mayfield.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Mayfield down.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. This offense so far on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. Mayfield being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Mayfield looks to throw. Open man is Anderson.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. So a tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
They'll run a draw now with Hubbard.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Back to throw here. It is intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll be out right at the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9.
They run once more with Edwards. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. And this is Shepard on the catch. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Completes this again to Shepard. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Buying time to his left.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Baltimore, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.